Hey, Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela today. Celebrity Aura News. All the pop culture news you wanted to know about, but in Aura color. And it's going to be a little heavy on the Love is Blind. Gotta give you that warning ahead of time. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. Love is Blind heavy day, huh?
Yes. And you watched some.
I watched some. Not as much as I have in previous seasons.
Yes.
But I did tune in.
Yes.
You know what I'm actually happy about?
Yeah.
I'm happy that the Olympics are over.
You always, they bother you.
They really do. And it's actually, Love is Blind and the Olympics have a lot in common.
Oh.
And this is what they have in common. I'll tell it for you guys.
Okay.
Love is Blind, and I say this every time we do the Love is Blind episode.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody from any of the other seasons.
Okay.
Except for once in a while, you get one or two people you remember.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the Olympics. Yeah. Like, they shove all these people down our throats.
That's true.
For like 2 weeks. And then you remember like one person or two people or whatever. And I don't remember anyone. Like the Summer Olympics, they were throwing everyone down my throat. I don't remember anybody.
Yeah.
But I guess there's always a standout.
There is.
So let's start with that.
Well, I wanted to talk about, because I did over my Substack, I did it, or Olympics, a couple articles about those people that all of a sudden everyone's talking about. Right. The same thing. And that's why I like the Olympics, because everyone is like, did you see that guy like running up the hill in the cross country? That was crazy. Like, would see that. But Alysa Liu won the gold medal women's figure skating.
Right.
And before she won, I did a little write-up on her because her aura was so crazy, and her story is really interesting too. So she's purple blue aura, which is so unusual for an athlete of that caliber to be double empath aura. And that's, I mean, no shade to the double empaths. I'm one too. I'm purple indigo. It's like, we're not, it's a lot of commitment.
Right. Well, that's actually the first thing that came to my mind. So I would think, like, if you were going to be an Olympic figure skater at that level,
yes, you
probably would be yellow. That would be the color I would give you, because like Alysa, she's got to go to practice, like 40 hours a week?
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably downplaying that. It's probably 100 hours a week, whatever.
Yeah.
A purple blue isn't going to want to go to practice.
Yeah.
100 hours a week.
Yeah, purple blues in general, they like to just live life. They really like to enjoy life. They don't usually attach their identity to career or hobby or anything. It's more about experience and kind of like just chilling, That's like a purple blue vibe.
Right.
So what was interesting about Alysa's story is that she was actually like this prodigy skater. So she was skating as a kid. She was at the Olympics, I think, in Beijing or something. And if I get this wrong, sorry. And she was winning all this stuff and winning medals. And then right after the Olympics, she announced her retirement. I think she was like 15 or 16 years old. She's like, I'm retiring. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, wow. And then she came back, like, I think just in 2024 or something, to prepare for this Olympics and won gold. So it's like, what changed in her aura? Right. So what she used, so she was always purple blue, but she used to always lead with the blue. Okay. So this is how you can use a double empath aura. This is one way, and then I'll tell you the other way. If you want to be an elite athlete and you're purple blue, you're going to have to lead with the blue possibly, and that is latching on to pleasing, borrowing joy, taking in, okay, what does everybody want from me? How do I show up for my country? How do I show up for my family? How do I show up for my coaches? All right, if they're proud of me, if they say I did a good job, I'll just borrow that feeling. When you're blue, you can feel other people's feelings as your own, so you can borrow joy. What happened is it just wasn't fun for her anymore. She says she didn't feel it. She grew out of borrowing joy, which is like a huge deal. Now when she skates, she leads with her purple aura. And I want to share some of these quotes from just her comeback. She says things, for example, winning isn't all that and neither is losing. She's not attaching to the outcome at all. That's very purple. Like, I'm just doing it to like just do it. And then she said, what I like to share about myself is my story, my art, my creative process. I guess messing up doesn't take away from that. It's still something. It's still a story. A bad story is still a story. And I think that's beautiful. There is no way to lose. I mean, that's a very purple blue thing to say, a very purple thing to say. Another thing she said, I love struggle. She said it makes her feel alive. She says, I love making mistakes. I love falling. I also love landing. I love doing really well. So I feel like no matter what the outcome was, I was going to be cool with it. So she, to me, is embracing the experience and the idea of expressing herself artistically out there. So she decided to connect to that stasis within herself, and then she became untouchable, unshakable. What did we see in the figure skating portion of the Olympics a lot with the singles this year? A lot of them, the nerves got to them.
Yeah.
A lot of them were just like, and this is what I don't like about the Olympics, I guess. I think they stress them out too much.
Well, that's where I was leading with in the beginning, where you hear these few names, and they just keep going with it and going with it, and they put them at this such high, probably pressure point, that some of them, like you said, are destined to fail. Yeah, obviously she was in her purples, so she got through it. But I remember that one, the one they threw down our throats.
Ilia Malinin is his name. Yeah, that was the male figure skater, the quad god. That's who you're talking about. Yes, and they were like, interview after interview, this is the quad god. Look at him. Yes. And then he kind of,
it was a disaster for him.
Oh, it was bad.
I don't know what his aura is, but
I'll tell you. Okay. But keep going.
Oh no, tell us.
Oh, okay.
What was his aura?
Well, that was fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Because he skated with the team for gold and helped them win the gold.
Right.
All right. So as the team, he helped them win the gold. But then when it was time for him to do his own program, they called it, like, if you watched it, it was like, wow. And I happen to be one of these weirdos that gets a little bit too into the figure skating. So I'm watching it. I'm like up there with Tara Lipinski, like, oh, wow, that was a triple sow cow. Like I kind of know these things. The kids are like, how do you know this? I'm like, I just do. It's like a weird thing that I know every 4 years.
Sure.
But anyways, so I was watching him, and I said, as I was watching it in real time, like, this is probably one of the worst crash outs I've ever seen Olympic on ice skating program. And then they were saying it was.
Yeah.
That this was probably historically, like, one of the worst. And, I mean, the guy is so naturally talented, but here's his aura. So he's what the pink chat named Sprite Boy.
Okay.
I'll explain that in a second. Okay. It's when somebody has a green and yellow aura and blue as well. So think about like the Sprite soda logo.
Right.
It's like Sprite Boy, but boy is spelled B-O-I.
Okay.
It's pink chat. Okay. But here's the thing with the Sprite Boy energy. So he leads with a lot of the green and the yellow. So this is green, like patterns, thought processes. I mean, he has the science of each thing that he does down. And he's like, if you're just on this angle, there's no way to fall. He's probably like very like set up for success, because he's like, you can't fall. That's scientifically impossible if I just do from this angle, like every time. And he's yellow too. So it's the repetition. It's the perfectionism. It's the dedication. It's the obsession. Yeah. So all those together. And that's what he always leads with. The blue was kind of more in him. Mm-hmm. And what I see with Ilia, and probably a lot of Sprite Boy guys, is that you're taught to succeed, but you're not taught to fail. So the second he probably messed up once in that program, most skaters like pull it together and just end it. Right, you know what I mean? He couldn't. He was like, he could not deal with the blue that all of a sudden, surged up, came into him. Oh my God. Like, could not process these feelings of disappointment and stress and failure and whatnot. He was, and then it just overwhelmed him and the whole thing just crashed out. But also, I wonder, the obsession that the media had with this guy, how many times are you getting pulled out of practice to give another interview?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was almost like you call him, the quad? They kept calling him the quad god.
Right.
It was almost setting him up for failure.
It was like,
because he became the exact opposite of the quad god. I don't know what you call the opposite of that, but it was bad.
It was bad.
I actually saw it. I actually felt it got progressively worse. I know, and you wanted him to pull it together.
Like, stop.
And, and he just couldn't pull it together. It must have been just a blue wave come over him or something. Yeah. I don't, in aura, but I hope someone's checking on that guy right now. He might be going.
He's okay.
He might be going through it. No, he might be really.
And he had a little he was like, if I was allowed to compete at Beijing, this would have happened. Like, he kind of had a moment at the end where he kind of lost it a little. I felt bad for him.
I felt bad that he had to stay there.
It's just too many cameras on your face when you're having the worst moment of your life.
I know. And he was doing interview after interview.
So many.
And, he was like the headliner of anytime you watched NBC, there he was.
There was Quad God.
All right. Well, the good news for him is that, just like Love is Blind.
Scott will forget you.
We're going to forget you. We're going to forget you.
Scott's going to forget you.
By next Winter Olympics, you're never going to remember this.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. When we come back, let's talk about another show where we forget everybody. Love is Blind.
I have talked before why OneSkin really stands out as a skincare company. It's not just the hype. It's not just the fancy packaging. It's real science. The founding team are longevity researchers who asked a deceptively simple question. If many visible signs of aging like wrinkles, fine lines, and loss of elasticity are driven by so-called zombie cells, what if you could actually reduce those cells to slow the aging process down instead of just covering it up? That research led to OS1, OneSkin's proprietary peptide. It's the first ingredient proven to switch off those damaged senescent cells, actually slowing skin aging directly at the source. It's serious science that fits easily into my existing routine. Every time I use OneSkin, I'm giving my skin a clear signal to repair damaged cells, support collagen, and strengthen my skin barrier. Every morning and every night, I use OS1 Face on my face and neck, and OS1 Eye for under my eyes. And at night, I use the OS1 Lip Mask, which I'll tell you has really plumped up my lips. I notice a lot more hydration and elasticity as well. So this isn't just my experience. OneSkin's products are backed by extensive labs and clinical data, including 4 peer-reviewed clinical studies to validate their safety on all skin types. Plus, they've got over 10,000 5-star reviews and have been recently featured by Bloomberg and as a leader in skin longevity. Born from over a decade of longevity research, OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. For a limited time, try OneSkin with 15% off using code KYA at oneskin.co/KYA. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code KYA. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. All right. Well, Love is Blind is actually a reality TV show that I could somewhat stomach.
Yeah.
Because I actually do feel you could practice your aura skills while watching the show. Now, a lot of it, of course, is edited. We say this every time. Extremely edited. But there are pieces where you could pick up their actual auras and kind of try to figure it out. So that is why I do like this show.
Yeah.
But, all right, here we go. Let's just jump right into this one.
Yeah.
And again, I do apologize. I watched a little bit less than I usually do, so I might not know everything.
Okay.
But forgive me.
They'll forgive you. But it's true. Like, you hate the pod part.
I don't watch the pod part.
Yeah, and you come in, you love, it's funny because, like, they do spend a lot of time, like, the families.
Yes, and that's where you could pick up
That's where you really
everything.
pick up, like, so much stuff. And I think it's better than other reality shows for aura explaining because they don't take away so many conversations and stuff like that.
Right, and that's where you can actually pick it up, and then you can see the family dynamic, and very interesting. All right, so let's start with Jessica and Chris.
Okay.
All right, so Jessica is yellow and purple, and Chris is green and purple.
Right, but he's got this chameleon.
But a chameleon green.
Vibe. He's not even chameleon. I've been calling it just chameleon.
Okay. Oh, just chameleon.
Okay.
We're saving the greens from the stigma.
Yeah, we have to. I've evolved from that description. Now I just call it like chameleon.
I will say there have been people, and on your Substack a lot too, that are saying green purples are just, especially the men. I don't think it's the women.
Yeah.
But the men are just getting
it's a great time to talk about that.
Bad shake.
Yes, this is a great time to talk about green purples in general.
Okay.
Here's the thing: green purples are very smart. And they do really well in society. Usually they work for themselves. Usually green purples like run the show. Usually they're kind of like a director or producer or CEO positions in life. Most green purples are fine. It just so happens that a lot of them do find the spotlight, probably because the purple and the green. So the green in them, like, they know how to maneuver energy. Like, they know how to, like like green blues, for example, know how to like engineer a machine. Green purples know how to engineer with the purple a vibe or, some sort of feeling or whatnot. Their medium is that. So anywho, I guess the ones that are interesting to talk about are the ones that are a little bit like risque. And so because green purples are so smart and they tend to get to the top of anything they do, when they get to the top of reality TV, they tend to be villains.
Yeah, I mean, I assume when Chris was going through the casting process, this is a dream. Like they find this guy.
Oh my God.
And the casting producer starts getting real excited.
Yeah.
Like, I got him. Because he runs his mouth. He'll just say anything.
He just says anything.
Yeah, he's like that other guy, the Tommy boy, Tom Sandoval. Right? He's perfect. He's perfect
good for reality TV.
Yeah. And when you find a casting producer finds a guy like this, you sign him up.
Yeah.
And he makes the show. But all right. So what I saw of this guy, he just, he treated this Jessica horrifically in his reasoning for breaking up.
Yes, of course.
Now, he did tell the truth, I guess.
He was a little too truthful.
But he was very truthful. I guess that was like where you might want to have said, it's me, not you, and then just be done with it or something.
You don't have to be so honest.
He was very honest.
I think the problem with Chris is because he's chameleon.
Right.
And I've done a whole episode about this, and we talk about them a lot and Love is Blind producers love a chameleon aura. They always cast a few.
Right.
And this one got through. And with chameleons, like their camouflage, so they're like the chameleon, like the lizard, their camouflage are your wants and needs. So they go into a situation like Love is Blind or dating. A lot of times they're in dating. They can be in business a lot too, in business relationships. But they find out, okay, what does this person really want? Like, what do they want to hear? That's what chameleons do. And then they really blend in seamlessly into your wants and needs, so much so that you like believe them. They're very hard to spot. So with Jessica, a very smart doctor, a very smart girl, very together, very with it, he fooled her.
Right.
And I believe that he did fool her, and that's not her fault. That is something that chameleons are really good at. And if you've been out there in the dating world, you've met a few. They can't help it. And there's a spectrum of chameleonism. Some are like way worse than others. Underneath the chameleon core is a very needy, insecure person who now this is where they get really bad, and this is what we saw. They can't just blend into your wants and needs. They have to then own you, one-up you, say something to make you feel as low vibrationally as they are. So they get kind of like a power thing off of fooling you, revealing it, and making you feel small. That is like a very long-winded way of kind of making them feel better about themselves. And that's what we saw.
Yeah. Now, I will say for Jessica, and I couldn't figure out her colors, but I knew she couldn't have possibly been a double empath. Yeah. The way she handled that conversation.
Oh, yes.
We had her down as yellow. You have her down as yellow purple.
Yeah.
So I knew it had to be some sort of logic color because she played that. Again, she might have gotten an incredible edit, but she played that magnificently.
I thought she did too.
Perfectly.
Yes.
Did not give in to that. Was very stoic about it. Took it.
Yeah.
You could tell she was upset inside, but
of course.
She really held it together.
Yeah.
And Jessica, you came off looking great.
Yellows, in general, will not break in public.
Yeah.
They wait till they get home. Because, for lots of reasons, and this sort of reason, it's like, well, I'm not giving you one bit of that power we know you need. I'm not giving it to you. And she's got that stoic. It's like the yellow kind of, they kind of like scan you. You sit there. He probably felt real dumb as he kept going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And she was like, okay.
And he looked real dumb.
Okay.
It made him just look dumber and dumber and dumber.
And then she just walked out.
Yeah.
And then later on in the scene with the bar when he comes in, she's like, her girls are all around her and she's just like, I don't care. I'm crying over him. It's over. Like that. And then, you missed this part, but they talked at the bar and he's like, I forget what he said, but something to the effect of, I'm moving on. I'm doing this. And she's like, well, I thought you already were. So go do it.
Yeah.
And bye. I don't really need to talk to you. Like that made him feel, so it didn't work on her. And that's why I love, this is my yellows, this is for yellows. Good job, because they get a lot of crap sometimes for being, quote, cold, but they're not. They just will save their emotional responses for later.
Okay. All right. So Jessica, great job.
Yes.
Chris, arrow down. Boo.
Yes. Boo. Thumbs down.
Jessica, arrow up.
Okay.
All right. This goes right into our next couple.
Yes.
Bree and Connor.
Yes.
Because Chris, I saw this scene.
Oh my God.
At the bar where Jessica was cool, makes a play for Bree.
So tell us, in your just guy perspective, is that what he was trying to do?
What, Chris was making a play for Bree, I mean?
Yeah.
It seemed like it.
It seemed like that,
yeah,
right?
It seemed like he was just making a play for her.
Was he just using her to make himself like, all right, I'm going to run off with somebody else's girl and then I'll feel better about myself?
Oh, that I don't know. That could definitely be.
Yeah.
Well, let's get their colors.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Bree, you have down as red and purple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you couldn't tell she was red, then you haven't been listening to our podcast. I mean,
I can see some people being like, "Oh, she's not yellow."
No, she came off as
because she's really her mom's yellow,
of all red.
Purple, which is why she was so into cleaning. By the way, I felt like the need to tell everybody that.
All
okay,
right,
but go ahead.
But right away, I'm like, "This is a red purple." There's no way she's not a red purple.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, the guy Connor, you have him down as red blue, and I'm like, "That's not me." Obviously, I don't know if he's a red, he's got to give his red card back. I just. He seemed to be total blue.
Yeah.
Like blue, indigo. I don't know what he is.
Right.
But he's not red, but you see red. So we'll go with that. But all right. So back to the bar. Yeah, I mean, he was putting it on strong on this Bree person. Mm-hmm. I assume, I mean.
They had a connection in the pods.
Okay. I didn't watch that. Okay. So I assume that he, I guess, at least wanted to be with her in some capacity.
Yeah,
I don't know, like
really
for marriage.
Gross. Right.
I think he wanted to, Jumanji, and then give her some BS line.
Yeah.
Probably.
Make her feel bad about
herself.
About
how she's not this or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. That guy, that was cringy.
Yeah, that was
But she
cringy.
was like sitting there listening to it. And,
yeah, she was.
And the thing with Bree is to me, she got a lot of flack online. Like, oh my gosh, she's considering him. She's really thinking about leaving Connor for this guy. She's really likes this attention. That could be true. But I also got the sense with her is that she's red, so she's going to listen. And she's got a lot of guy friends. The other thing is, like, Chris was very drunk. So I feel like he was like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And she was just like, all right, I'll listen to him. What's going on? Just tell me what's happening. Like, tell me what's happening. Like that. I feel like she's the type of person, she's got red energy on a woman can get attacked a lot when they're literally just listening like that. Like, I'm just listening to you. Like, it can come off as like, or as like a masculine energy in a way. Like, all right, let me hear it. Let me hear it, dude. What's wrong with you? Like, what's going on? Let's talk like that. So it could both be true, but I feel like a lot of that was just her listening.
Okay. And then with Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I noticed is I saw the scene when she went to his house.
Yeah.
And
that was hard.
She just was like ripping this guy apart.
I didn't like that.
And again, all edited, but he kind of just took it and took it and took it. Like if it was me, I would have just walked out the door.
Like, get out of my house.
I would honestly have said, you can't talk to me like this anymore.
Yeah.
You cannot talk to me like this. If you want to talk to me like this, we're not talking. So that's why I couldn't see him being red. I don't know. What's your take? What's your take on that?
I get everything you're saying.
Yeah.
I happen to see red on him.
Yeah.
So I do get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel like with him, sometimes you're red blue, right? Like the blue is just so big and imbalanced that he might just, and I don't think he feels great about himself anyways. And I feel like with him, he might use the red at work in like a management position or something of that nature.
Okay.
His house was very like red blue coated, not to get on the red blue guys.
Yeah, sure.
But he just looked like a bachelor.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, I'm not spending money on this. It's fine the way it is. You know, like that kind of thing. It's how kind of red blue guys sometimes are. Yeah. They're like, whatever, it's fine. Like whatever. To me, it's there. It's just, but I get what you're saying. Because you kept saying the whole time, like, Megan, he's not red. I'm taking his red card away.
Yeah.
Who doesn't say something like that? Who doesn't speak up? Who doesn't like yell at, like, snap her head off yet? Where's his red?
Where
like
is
that?
it? I didn't see it the entire time.
It's there, but I do get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, even when she broke up with him in the final scene, like, which just came like out of the blue.
Yeah.
Because like at first, the scene before that, they were fine. They were on like a train.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And it seemed like they were going to get married and have 10 kids. Then they just shoot another scene where she just breaks up with him. Even then.
They had really weird conversations, though. He was like, you're the best. You're amazing. Yeah. She's like, you love me. You think I'm gorgeous. Like, you think I'm great. He's like, I do. Yeah.
That was in the breakup. I think that's what he said. Yeah. Like, you're the best person ever.
It was just like,
I'm breaking up with you. You're wonderful.
You're great. Yeah. I think you're awesome. It's like it was really strange. Yeah. So here's my thing with red auras in general. And I live with 2 red auras, and this is something that I think I've gotten through to you, and I'm working on with our red aura daughter. If it's too easy, it's still worth it. I think the problem with reds is that if something is easy, like love, like Connor's love was very available, there, dedicated. He was words of affirmation, like all these things, like he was there. And she kept saying, like, oh, you're not dominating. You're too submissive. Yes. You're this, you're da-da-da. What she was saying to me is, this is too easy, so it can't be real. So, like, with that Chris guy, for example, might be more the people that she's used to. Like, oh, I have to conquer this. And this is why red aura women can have a hard time dating. Because they don't always understand that if somebody likes you a lot and wants to like be romantic or sweet or whatever, and you're not like you don't feel like you conquered it or had to win it or had to fight for it, then it's not real or worth it or doesn't like do it for you or whatever. And this can be a hard, and that's why it kind of works better for red aura men who are dating, because they can get away with being more pursuing and feel like they won the exchange or something by, with getting someone off the market or what have you. But anyways, yeah. So, and then I just have to say this only because I think it bothers everyone when I do. So I have to. I always say like 2 reds don't make a right.
Right.
every time I say it, somebody in the MMSF is like, I'm a red and my husband's a red and we've been married 100 years. And I'm like, yes, you guys are the exception. Right. But sometimes I see it on these reality shows and it's like, oh, these 2 reds together, they just butt heads, All
right, we'll do one more couple, then we'll take a break.
Okay.
All right, so this couple, Christine and Vic.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are. I don't remember seeing them.
We fast forward.
I think I fast forward. I fast forwarded their entire storyline except for like when the mom wanted to make out with Vic.
Oh, that was funny.
But other than that, they were just so boring. I don't know how they got casted, but Christine, you have down as yellow and indigo.
Yeah.
And Vic, you have down as indigo and purple.
Right.
So there's a lot of indigo going on here. But I mean, I'm sure they did. They actually got married, right?
Yeah.
I think or supposedly.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were great.
Yeah.
But they were just boring.
Yeah. I don't even think they were filmed. Like I don't think the Netflix got them like an apartment together. Okay. They didn't. And I don't even know if they paid for they went to a different place. They didn't go to Cabo. They went to Hawaii. It seemed like they were filming themselves on their phone. Anyway, so here's my thought. Yeah, no, really.
You're saying they sent in their own footage?
Yeah, I think they did. That's not even a joke.
Okay.
Okay. I know. Okay. So this is here's the thing. Christine and Vic obviously are very like sweet together.
Yeah.
And there's no drama. And that's very nice. And that's maybe how like this is how this show's supposed to work.
Right.
I bet if it was season 1 and Christine and Vic were on it, they would have spent a lot of time investigating the relationship. Right. Like the problem with this being season 10 of Love is Blind is that everyone wants to see like the Chris and Jessica nonsense, versus the Christine and Vic loveliness. It's the unfortunate just arc of how these shows go. And here we are. And I guess we're falling for it because we're like, oh, they're so boring. But good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I know. This is what I always complain. Like, I want it to be that way.
Yeah.
But then when it's that way, I'm like,
I mean, this is shadow work boring. We're doing
this
here.
Is shadow work. Yes.
Because if I was lying, I could say that, but I'm not. I'm being honest with you. Now, some people watching and some people listening right now are probably like, no, I really do feel that way. And you know what? You guys are sweet.
That's good. But you know what? I was falling asleep. Every time I was falling asleep.
They're just so indigo. They probably nap really well together.
I mean, I got into it a little bit when I thought like the mom wanted to Jumanji with Vic. But Christine's mom, she sure did. Yeah, she was into it.
She liked him.
She liked Vic.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was just boring.
I don't know. They might boring each other out.
They could.
That's my only thought for them moving forward.
Do you think they're going to be invited to the reunion? Because I don't think that the reunion hasn't aired yet from this our taping.
Yeah. Yes, I do think they're going to be invited.
Or do they have to film themselves?
They film it from their living room. Like they zoom in. That's I wonder now. My only thought with them in longevity is Christine's yellow, I feel like, is moving the whole thing forward. They're a little, other than that, I can see them kind of like stalling a bit or kind of it could peter out at some point.
Yeah. Well, they get that one logic color holding them together.
Yeah, the yellow. That's all they got.
That's all they got. That's all they got. I know
Is
that.
her yellow strong enough?
All we have is my red here holding us together. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll do the rest of the couples.
Weather's getting warmer. I've been upping my physical activity because of it. And you know what I don't want to get in the way of eating healthy? A busy schedule. Well, Factor is how I stopped letting that busy schedule be an excuse. Fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, ready in 2 minutes, no planning, no cooking. This week I had the shredded chicken taco bowl, like right after a workout. Oh my gosh, 36 grams of protein. I was full for most of the rest of the day. Best choice I made all day. I felt nourished. I felt like I took care of myself, and I didn't spend any time doing it. And all of Factor's meals are like that. You got quality functional ingredients, lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, healthy fats, no refined sugars, there's no artificial sweeteners, there's no refined seed oils. These are meals that fit your goals and your schedule, like healthier eating or calorie management or more protein. And they have such variety, 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh and delicious all through winter, up and through spring and summer. Options include high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support, and the ready-to-eat salads, plus the new Muscle Pro collection. They support strength and recovery. It's perfect if you're getting back into a workout routine. What I love about it, always fresh, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes, no prep, no stress. It is a no-brainer way to take care of yourself. Head to factormeals.com/KYA50off and use code KYA50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. All right, let's start with our least favorite couple.
Yeah.
Ashley and Alex.
Yeah, these guys, yeah.
These two, I think, both came off really bad. Real bad. All right. So we have Alex. He's blue and purple and inauthentic red.
Yep.
And then Ashley you have down as yellow, blue to go.
Right.
Okay, so again, if you didn't know Ashley was yellow, you just haven't been listening to the podcast.
Right.
There's no way you wouldn't know that.
Right.
Okay. All right. So this couple just was horrific from the start.
Yeah.
But what's your take here?
Alex bothers me more than Chameleon
yeah,
Chris.
He just bothered you.
He really triggered me because, like, really different sets of personalities are going to trigger you based on your own experiences in life. Like, I can't handle mansplaining at all. Like, do not, and I can't handle someone saying something to me when I know it's not the truth. Like, when I feel it could be the purple in me. It could be the purple in me where I'm just like, stop it. You know, like, I know you're lying. It's like, a lot of that is the inauthentic red. Like, he's just not being real. But he's got a very fragile kind of ego shell. Anyways, he really bothered me. But then he would, like, have this, like, logic about things.
Right.
You know, like, for example, when they had their really weird conversation of why they weren't doing Jumanji a lot since they got back from Cabo. Okay. Yeah. And he's like, but, you know, you didn't ask me, so just ask me.
Right.
And then we're watching this and you're like, yeah, he makes sense to me.
I'm not going to defend this guy.
No, I know.
This guy, to me, is like...
Well, you were just listening, yeah.
I was listening. I mean, he was making it seem like he didn't want to get her pregnant. Okay. That was his logic.
Which was really creepy.
And then she, being a yellow, was going through every day of her cycle. And I believe her because I bet she knows to the minute of that cycle.
Yeah, that's true. Yellows do.
Right. And I totally believe that. And, you know, he was just trying to use that logic of why he hasn't touched her in 4 or 5 days.
Okay, well, how I read that was, like, he wanted to share a tracker with her. Like, that creeped me.
He wanted to share a what?
He's like, oh, you didn't see that part? No. You probably didn't know what that was.
Oh.
Poor sweet Scotty.
Okay.
He's like, I'll share a period tracker with you. And she's like, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like an app, like there's apps like period tracker apps, which really...
No, I don't want to share that with anybody.
No.
Okay. Like, who would want to share that with somebody?
It was really weird. It was really weird. And so he would use this logic.
Yeah,
but to me, like that's just an example. Like that logic to me was fake.
Yes.
Like what he really wanted to say is, I'm not into you.
Yes.
I don't want to do that with you. I want to run away to Arizona or Florida.
Right.
And I don't want to be here anymore. I'm using you to just, up my TikTok.
Well, yes.
And he's just like, oh, I don't know what day you're on your period. So shut up.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, he seems like your typical South Florida person.
He sure does.
He would do excellent
South
down
Florida
here.
Purple.
South Florida Purple.
Oh, he should come down here.
He should.
It's perfect for him.
This place is perfect
Especially
for him.
when he was like, Florida's great.
Yeah.
We're like, and we live here, guys.
Yeah. The type of people he'll find down here will be perfect for him. But yes, I agree. I don't know if she was into getting the Instagram fame or whatever, but he surely was. Because this was a couple that they should have broken up, just like that other couple, the doctor and
Chris.
They had the breakup.
Yeah.
That should have been done with this couple too, the day of the period tracker.
Yeah, they should.
Like all sorts of questions.
She's like, a year from now on your birthday, what are we doing?
Right.
Like, what? If somebody asked me that, I'd have like a panic attack.
Yeah, me too. and I guess maybe that's why I gave him a little bit of a pass, because between her and her dad.
Oh, the dad.
They were grilling this man like continuously, like rapid fire. And you know how I get when people ask me more than 2 or 3 questions in a row,
right.
I start to shut down.
Yeah.
So for me, I would have just kind of walked away,
right,
and been done with this process.
Yeah.
But he gave the lines of BS. He kept just giving his BS lines, and he was able to answer all the questions in these weird, lying,
and he thought
roundabout ways.
Yeah.
And he thought he was getting away with it, but he wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
Like if that dad, who's green purple by the way, and was like brilliant at asking these questions on purpose.
Yeah.
Like if he was questioning somebody like you, and you were like, I don't know, and you started to shut down.
Yeah, I would just shut down.
That the dad actually might see that as a green flag. Like,
right.
Okay, good,
right.
Great. He doesn't, answering them like that is your bullshit meter goes up.
Yes.
Because that's actually not normal to be able to answer all those questions perfectly. Like if you think that's normal, you're a bullshitter.
Right.
And so I feel like this is my problem with Ashley though. She knew he was full of it, but because her yellow is in overdrive, I feel like her need was just to, and he mentioned this at their vows, or their fake vows or whatever, that I think you were trying to set me up. Mm-hmm. And I actually do agree with that.
I think so too.
I feel like she was like, okay, we're not ready for each other, but I'm going to make sure he looks like crap on this show.
Yes.
Like that.
I think she did want to make him look bad.
Yeah. So I feel like they both it wasn't nice on her end either.
No, Well, I agree. And I think that's why we dislike these two the most. I think they both I don't think either one came off well. Like where Jessica really came off strong with that yellow purple.
Yeah.
Standing up to Chris in her way. These two, I think, just were a disaster. And that dad. Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine that's your dad?
Oh, no.
We were watching this, and Scott's like, this is the moment I'd have my exit strategy.
Yeah, I'm like, this is where I'm leaving. I got to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with this rapid fire questioning.
And how creepy was it? Like the mom and the brother were just like silent.
Oh, yeah, the mom said nothing.
She said nothing. Now, it could be editing, but I think, honestly, her, like, distant stare tells me that she normally says nothing.
Yeah. They're a scary family. the Ashley dad family, they're scary. They're terrifying.
They're really scary.
Like, I'll say the Alex mom, fine. She seems like a little hippy-dippy, whatever.
Right.
I'm more for that.
Okay.
I like that. like, we could have got along, maybe. I don't know. But... yeah, all right.
I mean, she came to the wedding in like a sparkle white dress, though. I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
But okay.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
Okay, next we have Brittany and Devo.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we could sum this all up.
We'll do their colors.
Okay, color, yeah. Brittany, pink, blue.
Yeah.
And Devo, blue, purple.
Right.
So there's no logic whatsoever here.
No.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. I can just sum this up as... she was really into him, and he wasn't really into her.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty much...
which is strange.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, Devo...
just from, like, I guess I don't even know how to say it. So
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if, like, Devo thought he was Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett or whoever else you like.
I need a pre-dump.
He needed a prenup.
Like, why? What do you have?
Yeah, what do you have? He didn't seem like he had a lot. Maybe he does. I don't know. But, yeah.
Here's my thought on them. Devo, I think he's blue-purple. I think he was overwhelmed by her energy.
Yeah, she had a lot of energy.
Immediately. They met, and she was like, oh, you're my Prince Charming. She's really pink. So she's like, you're my Prince Charming. And she's really blue. She's like, I cry a lot, or whatever. And so it was very much like, oh, why aren't you giving me eye contact? Tell me I'm pretty. Why you didn't touch me the right way
seconds,
today? Yeah, like that. And I get it. Like, she was just asking for what she needed, which is fine. And you should be in a relationship where if you do that, it's listened to and nobody's like annoyed by it. But his purple's like, don't tell me what to do. And his blue was probably really overwhelmed. So then I saw him just kind of like poking the bear. Like, he wasn't very nice to her. He was saying, like, he's like, you snore like a dog or something. Like, he was like really nasty.
I think he even called her Paul Bunyan.
That's what he said. He's like, you snore like Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're so silly.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, he's really mean. Like, he's trying to make you leave him so he doesn't have to do it.
Yes, he was. Yes.
And then at the end, like you said, the producers did her dirty.
Yeah, the producers did her real
dirty. Their breakup convo.
Where, he obviously said, no, we're not getting married.
Yeah.
And then she, took it as, we're not getting married today. But next week we might be getting married.
Yes, of course. I already bought the dress. Yeah.
And, she went through the whole thing. And, I don't know if that, I think that was more editing.
Yeah, because they have her on the couch like, I'm going to get married, and I'm going to order my dress, and we're going to do it, and we're still together. It's just timing. And then as you see him leaving and just like peeling down the street away from her.
In his Honda Civic.
Yeah. Okay.
Not his
Mr.
Bentley.
Prenup.
Not in his Bugatti. He wasn't driving away in a Bugatti. Mr. Prenup. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just say, so Brittany... She came off looking real needy.
She had like a fairy tale, pink fairy tale in her bubble.
Yeah, I mean, almost like pink. The pinks are probably upset with her. If I was pink, I'd be upset that she gave off this vibe.
Oh, you think? I think the pinks feel bad for her.
Yeah, but she gave away her pink power. She did. She gave away her pink power. She didn't throw the pink punch.
Right. Pink punch.
She took away her power. So
no. Yes, you're right.
You can get it back at the reunion, maybe, Brittany and Devo. I don't know who you're getting. I mean, I don't know.
That was your best shot.
Yeah. Yes. You should have. You should have been touching her every 3 seconds.
And her family was really nice. You missed this, but she brought him home to meet her family, and they were like the nicest people. Really fun, really silly. It's like kind of like they sweeten the deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
All right. Next we have Emma and Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Mike. He's blue and purple.
Yes.
A lot of like double empath guys.
Yeah, they always. This is the good part about Love Is Blind. They get a lot of empath aura guys, or even tricolor aura guys, and indigos. They always have more indigos on the show for men.
Or the chameleon. All right.
Or that.
All right, and then we have Emma, blue purple, and she wears an inauthentic yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought this couple, they did not get married.
Right.
But I thought they came off well.
Me too.
I think Mike came off well. I think Emma came off well. Obviously, it was all about the kids. The issue was, are they going to have kids or not? That was the big issue for this couple. And, he was honest. He did honesty in a nice way, unlike the Chris character.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on them?
Yeah, so I feel like with Emma, she is blue and purple, and but she wears this inauthentic yellow. So I feel like with her, like, she came into this experience because in the pods she told pretty much everyone, like, I'm pretty sure I don't want kids. Like, she was clear about being undecided, leaning more towards the no. And, that's really hard for blue purples to make a choice like that, because when you're with somebody, what happens is you start to, and it's very natural, you start to meld into their needs and wants. If you are with the wrong person, they'll take advantage of that. But Mike didn't take advantage of that.
No.
He said, like, because when she got with him, she started leaning more now towards, maybe, well, I could. Right. And he's like, listen, I don't want you to do this if you don't want to.
Right.
I don't want you to have one day of resentment. I don't want you to look at me after you have kids and say, this was your idea, not mine. He's like, he did not let her do that thing.
Right.
Like, he stopped her. And I thought that was very responsible of him, too.
Yeah.
You know? So, and she's a little inauthentic yellow. To me, that just is her way of trying to protect herself. She was real on top of it in the pods. You missed this part. She was taking notes. You know, she was like very like, and then when she went with him, and she just kind of, she was leaning more like, okay, maybe I'll change my mind, you know? So I don't know. Even though they didn't make it to marriage, to me, I felt like it was a good sample of a respect, two people that respect each other.
Okay. Now let's take Mike for a second.
Okay.
All right. He's purple blue.
Yeah.
And obviously the kid issue was big for him. But here, and I'm just going to throw this out there, and I don't know if this is true or not.
All right.
Okay. He might not, I don't know if he really wants to have kids.
Yeah.
Or not.
Right.
But because his parents and his family, the dad and the mom, I don't know what colors they are, but I know they have logic colors.
Good
the mom is either red or yellow, and the dad is definitely red.
Yeah.
So his whole life, in the sister and everyone else,
oh my God,
he was told he has to have kids.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know himself in terms of, does he really want kids? If he had a little red on him, let's say he was a red blue or red purple, he might even say, hey, maybe I don't want kids.
Right.
Or maybe I do.
Right.
It's not so, and again, this is my take on it. I don't know if this is anything true.
Yeah.
But he might have, put up a little fight the other way saying, maybe I could meet her in the middle and maybe I don't have to have the kids.
Right.
I really love her, but we don't have to have a child together.
We don't have to do this.
Right. We don't have to do this. But he doesn't have that red or that stand-up color where he's just this purple-blue and he's gotten it from his family.
Yes.
I believe they're Italian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I said that like 8 times.
You're here, your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's Olive Garden?
Yeah.
They're the Olive Garden.
They're the Olive Garden, yeah. At least someone picked it up. Probably no one else would have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, he's blue-purple, too. And he totally melded into his family system. It's really weird because, I think, and this is just like where the enmeshed family thing comes into play.
Yeah.
Like, when you have children, they don't just do things for you now. Like, even when his family met Emma, they were like, oh, when are you having our grandchildren?
Right.
Or are you having grandchildren? Are you having grandchildren?
Yeah.
What a weird way to ask.
No, I know.
It was all from their point of view and their perspective and their needs. So, yeah, you're right. Like, you're so right. Like, Mike grew up.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is what you do. And even the dad's like, there's no divorce in this family. It's like, who said that? Like, who made that proclamation? Yeah. Like, who would ever, like, what is that?
Yeah. For me, like, I don't know, like if someone presented that to me, I don't know what I would have said. I probably would have been, okay. Like, I didn't, like, it wouldn't have been like I guess, I have 2 kids. I didn't know that I would have kids or not. And it wasn't something like, I didn't think about a lot of things, but.
Well, most families don't shove that down your throat every day.
Right.
Like my family didn't either. Like most families don't. Biology's strong enough that your need to have kids will emerge or it won't, like that. You don't need if your family's pushing you on it, that's like a whole different thing.
Yeah. Cause I guess I assumed I would have kids, but it was never something in mind. Like if I don't have a kid, then I can't be with
Well, it's
somebody.
not something your family ever pushed on you either, like at all.
No. So that's what,
Your parents would be more like, you're not having kids? Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
But Right. All right. But anyway.
It was weird. His family was really weird to me.
Yeah.
They really stressed me out.
They did. They were a little stressful.
And like the mom just being like, no offense, honey. It's like, I am right here. And she also has, I feel so bad, like her trauma from not just her adoption story, but like her trauma with her medical condition.
Right.
And when she said something like, selfishly, I don't want to pass that on to my kids, it's like, that's selflessly. You don't want to do that to kids. Like, of course you don't. Like, how stressful and re-traumatizing that would be for you.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I don't know.
No, okay. Well, I think these 2 came off looking very good.
But they did.
Good job, guys. You did well.
Yes.
Keep up the good work.
Scott gave you give them like.
I give them
You give them like approval or not after.
Approval. You get the red blue approval. All right.
All right, who we got?
All right. I think our last couple is Amber and Jordan.
Yeah.
All right. So Amber, yellow, turquoise, purple.
Yep.
Jordan, green, blue to go.
Yeah.
And she had a daughter, or she has a daughter.
Yeah.
And they said they're getting married, I believe.
They got married.
Okay.
But spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
I already
they're
saw
already divorced?
Well, I saw it percolating that they're already divorced. I will find out at the reunion, which at this point, you're listening to this, it's already aired.
You'll know. Okay.
But anyways, I think. I don't know. It airs the 11th. I don't know when this airs. Anyways.
Okay.
So, Amber, yes. So she's got the turquoise stare going on, if you've noticed that. And I feel like with her, she sees things immediately with people. And so with Jordan, he's green blue to go. He's very nice. He feels a little immature to me. He feels a little insecure, but safe. And I feel like for Amber, somebody who's used to being, kind of kicked around by life a little bit, she's like, okay, you know what? This guy's safe. He means well, like that. And I think he did. But at the end I saw like a couple things energetically that were red flags for me. One being his just like overall general stress about being labeled as something like stepdad or, moving to accommodate the kid's school. He didn't want to move to her house because he wasn't close to his bar. There's like these weird, but really? But she's like, oh, well, my daughter goes to school here though. It's like, hello.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like with him, he just didn't understand. He was really scared. Some people get scared to get a label. Like, hey, you're a stepdad, you're a husband. Like that stuff stresses them out because they immediately go into, oh, well, the quintessential stepdad is this person that I can't be, or the quintessential husband is this person I can't be. And they freak themselves out. Green people do this a lot to themselves. And I think Jordan has done this to himself. It's like you have this idea of who that person's supposed to be, and it's not you. So then you can't be that person. Like you don't understand that the perfect husband is who you are authentically being the perfect husband. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be someone else. You don't have to play a role. You just do it as you. But green auras can get stuck with that a little bit, so that's my concern. And that was my red flag with Jordan. Nice guy, but might blue to ghost from responsibilities, and I don't like his relationship with drinking. That immediately, like that felt to me like an issue.
A beer drinker?
Yeah, and beer is alcohol,
Yeah.
and like to me that's like it was like a weird relationship with it, a weird identity through it. I just didn't, and I'm really good at that with people, and I just didn't like that relationship.
I fast forwarded through them too. They just bored me. So I don't have anything to say. But if you're done, we have some.
I'm done.
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
All right, so we'll finish up with these Love is Blind hot takes. Some things that we noticed throughout the show. We're going to share those now.
All right.
First
one's yours.
All right. I'm going to go with the backwards cap and beard.
Yeah.
Every guy wore his cap backwards and had like a full beard. Is that Ohio people weigh in here? Like, does everyone in Ohio that's a guy wear his hat backwards?
Maybe.
It's just, they all had a backwards cap on.
Yeah.
And they all had full beard.
Okay.
It seemed a little strange.
It's cold in Ohio.
Okay. Right, so that's the beard. But what about the backwards cap? No one wore it forwards. They all wore it backwards.
This is my thought on that. They could be backwards cap people naturally. My thought is like they were all wearing like their team.
Okay.
What do they like? Was it in
Ohio?
Cleveland, by the way? I should know.
They kept saying they don't want. One guy kept saying he didn't want to go to Cleveland. Which I understand.
He didn't want to be stuck in Cleveland.
You want to get stuck in Cleveland.
That's not nice. I grew up in Buffalo. It's like, how is it? 4 hours from Cleveland?
Yeah, 3 hours.
Yeah, Cleveland's very nice. By the way.
Yeah.
No, it really is.
Yeah, the weather. We're talking about the weather.
We're just talking about the weather. My thought is a lot of the guys wore like team baseball caps.
Okay.
And like, for, film purposes, they're like, turn it around so we don't have to blur it out.
We'd have to go back to other Love is Blind episodes and see if people wore their caps forward.
Okay.
But okay, so
that's why I think they did it, but I don't know. That's my other hot take. It really bothered Scott.
I mean, half of them got married with their cap on backwards. Okay. All right, you got one.
Here's my hot take. The wedding guests are fake.
Yes. I think so.
I was looking at the weddings, which they all have the same like weird designs going on, and they're very creepy, the weddings. But the people in the back, you know how like you go to picture the last time you were at a wedding, okay? Everyone like looks the same because everyone's related. So everyone looks like, some sort of genetic runoff of the person next to them in the church or the synagogue or their hall or whatever. All these people are different looking. Mm-hmm. Also, when the couples would like break up or something, you saw them be like, ooh, they looked like they got, oh my God, I got to be here for this. Wow. Like that. And it wasn't just like your friend. It was like, who are these randos?
Yeah.
And Scott swears he saw some in double dipping in weddings.
I think I saw a couple at 2 weddings. I mean, Netflix is cheap. They're cheapos at Netflix.
Yeah.
There's no way. They had to throw 4 weddings. They probably filmed them all in one day, right? So you got the people there anyway.
Okay.
There's no way they flew in and made arrangements for, what was that, 50, 60 people at every wedding.
Come on, yeah.
Cheapo Netflix? No, I don't think so. They double dipped on the wedding guests. Double dipped on the wedding guests. All right.
Okay. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess mine will go back to the beard and the cap backwards.
Yeah.
Like, does Ohio just have a certain vibe?
Yeah. Does Ohio have an aura color?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think their aura color would be kind of like red.
A little red.
Green and blue. Christmas tree guy.
Christmas tree guy. Okay.
It's it's the middle of the country.
Yeah.
It's kind of cold. Yeah. Ohio's huge. Like, it's so big. If you ever have to drive through it, it takes a really long time.
People in Ohio are probably actually mad at us right now because there's there's Cleveland.
Yeah.
You got Columbus. You got Cincinnati.
It's gonna bother me.
And probably all these different cities are like, oh no, they only do that in Cleveland, or they only do that in Cincinnati, or they only do that in Columbus. So I don't know. Maybe people in Ohio would be upset with this conversation.
Yeah. Hold on. They were. Okay, it was filmed across Ohio in Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
I've only ever been to Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah, actually, I haven't been to Columbus
Cincinnati
or Cincinnati. Maybe drove through, but I haven't been to those two.
Yeah, it's a huge state. Yeah, I would say the whole state is Christmas tree guy.
Christmas tree guy. I agree with that. 100%.
Okay. Last hot take.
All right.
Do turquoise auras like high volume hair?
Huh.
This was a question posed on my Substack chat
because
Amber has very high volume hair and she's turquoise. And then the question was, do all turquoises like high volume hair? Mm-hmm. And a few of the turquoises in the Substack chat said that they do have an obsession with their hair being high volume.
Now, could we differentiate, just like we're doing with the Ohio City, it's like a yellow turquoise versus a purple turquoise?
Oh, that's interesting.
So does the yellow turquoise like the high volume?
Like high volume versus a purple turquoise. Well, what about Abby? Because we have a purple turquoise. I don't think she's obsessed with the volume of her hair.
No, she's not. She likes to have long hair, though.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to cut her hair ever.
Right.
But, kids all...
I feel like that maybe it's a yellow turquoise thing. Turquoises confer and get back to us. And that concludes our hot takes.
Yes.
All right. This podcast is for you and about you, and we're so glad you spent some time with us today.